Darling, your mom changed the password, cried Mia from the living room, her voice sharp as shattered glass. I can't use her card anymore. Ethan froze halfway through buttering his toast. He had hoped this morning would be peaceful. Quiet coffee, soft sunlight through the curtains, maybe even a shared laugh before work. But that dream had shattered the moment Mia picked up her phone and tried to order groceries online with his mother's credit card. What? Ethan asked cautiously, though he knew exactly what Mia meant. She changed the Amazon password. The Netflix one and God knows what else, Mia ranted, pacing in her pink robe like a general on a battlefield. I was about to place the grocery order for the week, using her Prime perks, obviously, and it logged me out. Tried logging back in and boom, wrong password. Your mom locked me out, Ethan sighed. His mother, Margaret, was many things. Generous, nosy, occasionally overbearing, but she was not careless with her digital life. If she had changed her passwords, it meant she had finally drawn a line. And Mia? Mia hated lines. Chapter 1. The Spark. Mia had been married to Ethan for 2 years. She was glamorous, fiery, and loud in ways that both thrilled and exhausted him. She loved her little luxuries, online shopping, fancy candles, organic groceries, endless subscriptions. And Margaret, bless her heart, had been footing much of that bill ever since the wedding. It had started small. Margaret offered her daughter-in-law the Netflix password one Thanksgiving. Then it was Prime, just for the shipping perks. Then Mia casually mentioned how expensive groceries were, and Margaret said, just use my card for essentials, honey. But essentials soon expanded into scented bath bombs, expensive wines, and a suspicious number of designer handbags that arrived at their apartment. Now, 2 years later, Margaret had apparently decided to cut the cord. She's sabotaging me, Mia declared dramatically, tossing her phone onto the couch. How am I supposed to function without Prime same day? Does she expect me to actually pay for Hulu myself? Ethan rubbed his forehead. Maybe she just wanted to simplify things. Too many people using her accounts. Too many people? Mia cut in, her eyes blazing. Who else is using them besides me? Oh, right, your sister. Here we go, Ethan thought. Chapter 2, Sister Versus. Wife Ethan's sister, Claire, was the opposite of Mia. Practical, frugal, and fiercely loyal to Margaret. She had long disapproved of how Mia leaned on their mother for financial favors, and Mia knew it. This is Claire's fault, Mia hissed, arms crossed. She's been whispering in your mom's ear, telling her I'm spoiled and irresponsible. I bet Claire was the one who told her to change the password. You don't know that, Ethan said, though he knew it was entirely possible. I do know that, Mia snapped. I can smell her smugness from here. At that exact moment, Ethan's phone buzzed. A text from Claire. FYI, Mom finally changed her passwords. Don't let Mia guilt trip her. This was long overdue. Ethan stared at the message, torn between deleting it and hiding under the bed. Chapter 3, The Confrontation. That evening, Mia called Margaret. Ethan hovered nervously in the background, wishing he could vanish. Hi, Mom, Mia began, her tone sugar-sweet, like a cat ready to pounce. So, funny thing, your Amazon password isn't working. Did something happen? Oh, yes, dear, Margaret replied cheerfully. I decided it was time to update all my accounts. You know, for security. Security, Mia repeated flatly. Yes, too many people were logged in and it just felt messy. I like keeping things tidy. Mia's smile vanished. So, are you going to give me the new password? A pause. Margaret's voice softened. Mia, darling, I think it's time you and Ethan managed your own accounts. You're married now. You should have your own system, your own independence. Mia's jaw dropped. Independence? We're talking about Amazon, not the Revolutionary War. Ethan coughed to hide a laugh. This isn't funny, Mia snapped at him. Then back into the phone. Margaret, I appreciate your wisdom, but this feels very sudden. How am I supposed to handle everything without those accounts? Margaret sighed. Sweetheart, you'll figure it out. You're resourceful. That was Margaret speak for I've seen your shopping history and I'm cutting you off. The call ended with polite but icy goodbyes. Mia tossed the phone onto the couch like it had personally betrayed her. Chapter 4. The Fallout. For the next week, their apartment became a war zone. Mia refused to grocery shop, claiming it was a matter of principle. Ethan ate dry cereal and takeout burritos while Mia sulked dramatically on the couch, scrolling TikTok and sighing loudly. When Ethan suggested they just sign up for their own subscriptions, Mia glared at him. Why should we pay for something we already had for free? Because it wasn't really free? Oh, don't start with me, Ethan. Claire, of course, added fuel to the fire. She posted smug Instagram stories about financial independence and tagged adulting. Mia saw them. Mia fumed. By Friday, Mia was no longer just mad. She was plotting. Chapter 5. The Plot. Mia decided if she couldn't win back the passwords, she'd win the war of perception. She invited Margaret over for dinner, something she hadn't done in months. Ethan was skeptical, but Mia insisted. We're going to show her how responsible we are, Mia explained. Perfect home, delicious meal, proof that we're thriving. Then she'll feel guilty for cutting us off. Ethan didn't buy it, but he went along. The night of the dinner, Mia went all out. Candles, fancy table settings, a Pinterest-worthy roast chicken. She even practiced smiling sweetly in the mirror. When Margaret arrived, she was impressed. Oh my, this looks wonderful. Thank you, Margaret, Mia said in her best Stepford wife voice. We've been really embracing our independence. Ethan nearly choked on his wine. But things unraveled when dessert came out. Mia had splurged on a gourmet cheesecake, delivered via an expensive bakery app. Margaret raised an eyebrow. This must have cost a fortune. Oh, not at all, Mia lied. Just a little treat. Unfortunately, the receipt had been tucked inside the box. Claire, who had tagged along, spotted it instantly. $80 for cheesecake? Claire blurted. Seriously? Margaret's smile faded. Mia's face turned scarlet. Ethan wished the earth would open and swallow him whole. Chapter 6. The Blow-Up. The polite mask shattered. You see, Mom, Claire said pointedly, this is why you had to change the passwords. Mia doesn't know the meaning of responsible. Mia slammed her fork down. Excuse me? I've done nothing but try to keep this household together while your brother buries himself in work. If I treat myself once in a while, is that a crime? It's not once in a while, Claire shot back. It's every other day. Purses, candles, wine deliveries. Oh, so you've been spying on me now? Mia snapped. I don't need to spy. The packages pile up at the door. Margaret raised her hands. Girls, please! But it was too late. Years of tension exploded in one messy screaming match that left Ethan with a headache and Margaret near tears. By the end of the night, Mia stormed into the bedroom, slamming the door, while Claire smugly helped her mother into the car. Ethan sat alone at the table, staring at the half-eaten cheesecake. Chapter 7. The Turning Point. The next morning, the apartment was silent. Mia barely looked at Ethan as she sipped her coffee. Finally, she spoke. Do you think I'm really irresponsible? Ethan hesitated. I think you've gotten comfortable relying on Mom, and maybe it's time we relied on ourselves. Mia looked down. For the first time, she seemed less angry, more wounded. I liked feeling taken care of, like I was part of her family. You are part of her family, Ethan said gently. But being part of the family doesn't mean draining her bank account. It means building something together. You and me. Mia's eyes softened. So, no more free Hulu? Ethan laughed. No more free Hulu, we'll pay for our own. It wasn't easy. For the next month, they cut back on luxuries, set up their own accounts, and learned to budget. Mia grumbled at first, but over time, she discovered a strange sense of pride. When Margaret visited again, Mia greeted her warmly. No drama, no demands, just genuine gratitude. And for the first time in a long time, Margaret looked at her daughter-in-law with real approval. Epilogue. The New Password. Months later, Margaret handed Mia a slip of paper. What's this? Mia asked. The new Netflix password, Margaret said with a wink. For emergencies only. Mia laughed. Don't worry, Margaret. I've got my own now. But thanks. And in that moment, a truce was born. Not out of dependence, but respect. The password war was over.